anticipate say something like that be happen. And it was clear goals are considered here. You know, we struggled at some point because we wanted to pass from the back. And I think the press, unlike the Premier League game now, Newcastle for press, you know, na enshedanya aggressive like because they played without one of their key players in Abrante friend Gordon.
Yeah.
But Andrew not already them. So if you look at the lineup, Newcastle they buy now I feel say we should have also paraded. Because paraded that I was saying be anonymous Madueke best starting. At least one of Lavia ne Caicedo Beden ever started with a year Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah.
So then maybe I led back on so Obama Viega then Abonwe inverted fine na Cucurella Tra bench. So I think that if yes I deal we any stability will fin one. I'm not sure say I got game need to because we even after conceding two we created enough opportunities. Because we share the SGR. It was a year 2.3. 2.3. Manchester, not Chelsea should have scored 2 goals. Shot on goal 4. As against Newcastle, there 2.
Okay.
Goal attempt 8. As against 18. So corners in corner 9. You know,
they say Chelsea ball in now, but
saves
chances no mean man convert.
Yeah, there. So it was a chances. I was say, what don't want to pressure them. And when you are playing under pressure, it be a glorious chances are obey and obey Shekrano. Once there will be some issues. So big chances missed. 2 big chances, and you know, I know 2 big chances. So it was a game I think performance wise at some part of the game because 90 minutes some part of the game no Chelsea was really poor, very poor, and on account because to see this Hall so no Jan line so we have 2 players for each position. That is exactly how we were meant to believe. Say either Noni Madueke or Abrante Pedro Neto. Either Kupama and Joao Felix. Either Jackson and Nkuku. Either Sancho or Mudryk. So either Enzo Fernandez and whoever had been pair another Caicedo ne Lavia. So Koa any Bediashel and Tossa ne Abrante friend for Fana. Then right back on Rich James and I say Gusto and I left back on Marco Corella or Renato Viega. And if 2 players were crying available, there is also a Yachiwala Obetumade because no team no. They make an water. So for us to, you know, parade the team, it was basically like Monko Lucy. Monko Lucy na Mombrano it's unacceptable. As a Chelsea supporter, I think that it's unacceptable. You cannot go into games and say Monko Lucy. And that is exactly what happened. Even in the first half. Say Newcastle funny or imagine say come punishing because we were all over the place. Losing the ball cheaply because we were not giving the right angles. Second half now Sana try say it means a coach in higher than Akoso our dressing room actually maybe so how did we prepare against a Newcastle team? Just over the weekend we were basically all over them. We created opportunities now say even yet to mission more than a year 2 goals now the you know it was a game it was a Chelsea I na just ko obetumi aye dem akọ compete ko obetumi aye dem akọ compete. Now there is this story about Abrante Ayefreno and Enzo Fernandez about the relationship with the wife name all say also they all requested for divorce, and divorce now all requested for journalist Julieta Angeta and a reporter say Enzo Fernandez asked the wife Valentina Cervantes for divorce, and according to the report wakachre the wife and say oskepe some level of experience be at some point on the age, and you know ohia divorce and be go back to sa experience now 1 year in. He's 23 years.
Okay.
He's 23 years, and it appears actually even before all Baba Europe. No?
Yeah.
Now aware. Yes, me name the reason why all kase some experience be one when to me one experience and to escape here because of escape because to see family. You know, weird. I want to believe that there is more to it than what is being reported, because you ask me, you said the right experience and I say worry now war family. Now we're there. Yes. And in 2024, Ababa friend Valentina Cervantes, Enzo Fernandez wifey. And you know, you're from Perros de la Calle, a media organization in Argentina. Or no more a train come on. Some kind or say when Olivia was born, that's the daughter. No?
Yeah.
We lived in a studio apartment in Iquiza, which Enzo's agent paid for. And at the time, now Enzo Fernandez was agent. Onona baby I know more as a modern studio like apartment, and yen our studio
apartment, yeah.
So and the agent was say during the pandemic, the three of us were there, and I worked at a call center. So as at COVID 2020,
yeah.
Now they were still in Argentina, and now Ababa wana juma call center. Whilst Enzo didn't have a salary yet, because at that time he was amateur. Because say me van say 23 I just said
no be 19
2020. I just say
no
from
19
2024.
I think Enzo I think this year me say Chelsea for announce so we did the birthday da. It is a shame part 2020 and maybe about 19 and 20 and 18.
Yes. So it just say at a time now or no case or no year juma o you know call center no. Na Enzo Fernandez a salary here then ain't ready yet.
Yes.
At the time we bought our daughter's clothes second hand on marketplace. We used to take the bus. Enzo will get off at General Pass and take another to River Plate. So at the time I no call River Plate no more for bus.
No more for bus.
Now or no I drop it. No, it was not Ababa one so say, and I will continue to the Iquiza station because I work downtown at the Panada shop and then at the call center near the obelisk. Today, 3 years later, our son is born, and it is completely different reality. So, a person just say, no. These are the situations.
Yeah.
Now, Bema no. Wabe who a different. We just say now he's a world champion, and
or Europe.
Europe. What you mean achieving the dreams at that very young age. So if a lady says something like this, men agree because a man we are bad. They know how to present their case. They can present a case, you will fall in love with it. I'm not sure say Enzo Fernandez unreasonable say oba ebi one na wumi you know.
No share so my fast and same way.
No ma fa we mu nyina mu na obeka so ye. But you see, sometimes obi or teenager na nim say na ye den. Ehyehyɛ na ye den. Efa and the reason na ba say no nti na Enzo Fernandez gina so de agya no. Ene na me work concern kakra. Because there is nothing in life was skip it. It was meant to happen that way. For you to, I know now, yes. You see, there are some of this who empty na be more like I say, and money be more about luck, and it be more lack. Lack either abreno. It is not like that too. Obu honoma, ebia, ni sunsun empire obo. So in shower one to the sense or ben one who is running to me the other. It become a bit to me the account. Or to me the assume and yes, I be like in shower whom we are now be sometimes in Komoka will be di. Ebema be no peace of mind. I'm a to me the be our person we be and if we as a medical cassette, if you want to be successful, 98% of the decisions you take should be what? A quality decision. Other than that, say even money 80% cry because every decision you take will have a consequences on your life.
Yes.
What I say, it never say bia time or order. It is possible say bia beba ya to umpa wanu aduane kama bia na sa oba ni wa ka that time na ofifie ba ye no afi na wo ba be no aduane the time an ka obedidi wanu wo ba beto se wanu aduane a wo wadi a wo be kwa akoda rest anya the needed concentration akwa akobobo no that time you use some of the hours to prepare food and eat na wa twan ma adigest ansa na wakwa akoda e che say time a wo se wo de rest no ebia ye de akwa akodim so sometimes se wunye oba papa ye onyama nkitinkiti bi wo no ma obe oye wo abrabo ma enyama de ekoye enye se bia omukura special bia lack bia na we yo e kire se waba no ono ne ye nyama bi e wo life mu a e ma nyama ye de ekoboko edima ane ye wo oba bi so wo no ma unya bedu fi akwashi kekekro bebisa akra no wabem kra bebu na che se nsemhunu nko a sanyama we nyina tubon se one ne wo no no de bia bufuo de bia obuafu hawa wakwadwuma hawa wo se wo ti wanim ema o boss eni ji ho no de bia waka wanim asi and o boss ebe fele se bia onu ntina like so mpenipa ntina why den waka wanim asi ni ade so these are some of the things enya marketing kete a bia oba bi tumi de yeden e de ba o life mu a etumi make it or eden or make you it for you to say what skip it some stage in your life so you need to exploit data automatically metia obia de na adwen be ko say any o pese obo akohibra because uni yire uni sa family responsibility now utumi ye de opebia ukọ night club we ye nyama basabasa and I think say if it is something alenga acha sana ye hu ni etini ya che say performance aye bibia wo ni nyina no endra he was giving the boss away just like that
nka me ba so mpom be bisa say o hwa bibi say e ka hu bi na affecting the performance e wo Chelsea team no because ye na hwe this season from time Alavia free injury by no ase nkakanka ko ye wi Chelsea team no ma say Enzo movie e ko team bi no ye hu say sisi no asesi anu ye be fa ne Enzo na team bi kra captain because performance o put ni performance Alavia e put wo games no as a two different scenarios are hu into sha bibi say e fa na ware hu nsem na affecting the performance ana say bia e ka hu bi na sisi ase adwendwen ni nsem bebre nti no yire ne hu embobo na so obo no
answer first of all you have a family issue to deal with because now we ask for divorce
yeah
I was said wajapade ni ade Sanya money na off the field. You need to deal with Sanya money now. Then opposition also with Chelsea is clearly and clear because the biggest game against Liverpool since team na obi aye fit no one movie against Newcastle one movie ufi bench na den and about one started and bibia tese sika na yedekoto o ne kire say you are a player wo ba be dey upo ne ba be build the team around you say kokoba say ya then one ka say woni asumdwo fie dada ana we so aba te basa na Israel say ubenya peace of mind to deal with the situation. Now also okay, now I have this challenge. Where should I improve near the end? Now you don't have that, you will not be thinking right. And then no mbema even crown when your opportunity say oh boy was say who prove you coach wrong say you can actually start in all games, you are not. It, some of these things play major role. Say if you've been in a situation like that, you understand players are almost cause our situation. And yeah, easy. Say we deal with family issues. Now, Juma, we to bring out your best, and now be feeling happy to give out your best. So Juma, it's very difficult. It Enzo Fernandez, I think that this is a challenge. And at the age, or you're very young, and I'm not sure, say, Obama said they were destroying the career. I was say utimi ye careful now as soon as possible or trashes our issue or fully focus on the Chelsea project because there are a lot of matches, there are a lot of games, and there is a lot of opportunities. I'm not sure that the door is shut on any player. And when Enzo Fernandez is in his element, I'm not sure that there is anybody in the Chelsea team that can play the midfield and play it better than him. It also no then try to solve those issues na fe
Chelsea echiwo yen na can say Sanchez any yehun keep ndro da pom that is Jorgensen yehun Chelsea fans be broma complain say nke say esi Sanchez na se ne de betum but ndro performance a odedi no o hwa o chance odi betu Sanchez e wo Chelsea team.
It is obvious utie papa your friend Enzo Maresca. Sometimes we need to respect him. Sometimes we need to what? Respect him. If said the SARS in be more Premier League anymore, you should understand why. If in Kuku and started ahead of Abranti your friend Nicholas Jackson, then you should understand why. So who say
maybe
Lavia and I said you started ahead of Enzo. I also heard the OTS, but they are share. So who say Kowa started ahead of him? My man in the end. They make what I say. Even I hear Abranti friend Tosin. They were all over the place. And you see, if you want to show that you are ready for the first team, there are some things we need to see. Somebody like Mudryk, I think that he is taking his time and he is improving. And there are all the good things that happen
in the game.
I or not any criticism. He should have at least gotten 2 assists yesterday.
Yeah.
He was doing everything, so he's clearly showing signs. He can start games. But what in Kuku and Joao Felix, then the coach is right. Usha Andra Jorgensen, for instance, you need to read situations. Yes, the coach says, "Mom born in this way," and what will pass back? Yam panisho, what the acha yam panisho? More yet as the same mistakes. Where you are falling to me in control? Why don't you go long? Because born I am born long can we've seen even Newcastle boy. The reason why I play a goalkeeper no among for be echo bizarre question say Jorgensen bet to win and say he was giving long passes na accurate. it wasn't say your ball short to be na went to me and save you. The long passes and a man for you then. Air complain say quite long passes are no money na nya papa. 80 say who want your opportunity na ye press you. Now there are players omuja wide areas obetima ball long dem na still now who cut short. I mean ye jibe show there. Now there is a problem. Let me come and say coach say you build it from the back. Coach say build from the back. But mobile na mobile situation ini. So what do? You send the ball in. Send the ball in. Samoye where you explain to the coach say at the time the arrangement and the angles are pass no. It wasn't clear. And the players and the confidence na no money say they you. And it was clear. Obi o game ni be hui. Say the players were not comfortable playing from the back. It will goalkeeper no. You believe say you can give long passes near that. You need to what? To initiate the change. Because coach need to prepare before a mobile game no. And a mobile game no. Maba be share surprise. I'm not sure say you try to do with
the coach
and what and get beaten like the way they got beat. It's immediate. A 2-4 no. Apart from maybe Abrante your friend no. Kukraela. Any Viega or no more should say is just some ball back on Momu is serious. Both baby or Momu is serious. Any Mudrika also say he is improving. No, Oma Makanina Mammy Arisha Muse bet me then. I command the starting bet. I'm not sure.
Okay, the deep trust to you share Aston Villa and Dra. Results no surprise. And now say be a EFL into teams like Kese ni na inform players a papa enshame because in doing who John Durant she go. We have chances on ya. We the first time I watch go Aston Villa lose a game. We have chances on munya ya. Our main team share. And a Crystal Palace on the other hand, you who say or picky victory weekend. Was some picky victory this year. We have moons team no. Inyama atuto ya na say mushia we like a loose team from the Aston Villa setup.
Aston Villa team no. Diego Carlos, Tyrone Mings before I obeku now or a starter. Diego Carlos or a starter. Aya Matson is somebody about Champions League final.
Yeah.
John McGuinn, Boubacar Kamara, Leon Bailey, Emiliano Bondia, and John Durant. These players are maybe are good enough to face any other team. He is good enough to face any other team. I think my member of Villa Basso. Now they are back. Obekaya, proud to the end of last season. A coach Oliver Glasner.
Yeah.
Ebe show say he is a very good coach. Or my teams answer to me then. Apart from maybe Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, they were the team are not more form before season near the end. Season started here, no. They've been disappointing. And can you blame them? No. Because key mask man in Abrante Ayefeno, Olise.
Yeah,
Echo, and Jordan Ayuso, Echo. So when you check the ball, and I want to say, Omono, they don't have squad depth. They build the team around the first 11. It is the first 11, no. Say 1 or 2 players between pair. It becomes a problem. It Nameti say almost started season almost struggle. Now I think that he has gotten the formula.
Right.
Abrante Ayefreno Beris Eze.
Yeah.
Though he got substituted because he suffered an injury, though or Shegu. Abrante Ayefreno Jen Philip Mateta so no I started yesterday. Bogos no Abrante Ayefreno travel Chaluba. I started picking from where he left off from Chelsea. So hopefully a best show say be show league mama who say it is not a mere fluke because beating Tottenham Hotspur it's not a fluke.
No, was ambitious.
And I was ambitious Aston Villa. So next game against Wolves, I will say Wolves be very careful because coach in that show says or pick a former he's difficult to beat. This weekend you be sure Wolves how they will cope with they will cope with Wolves are almost all season started, you know, our performance, you know, and Shadanya BB Wolves only 2 points. Only 2 points.
Yeah.
And almost picky almost second point just last when they were losing. And last minute almost better say. So we will see Crystal Palace against Wolves over the weekend, and it will confirm that indeed if Oma form and I say Oma form.
Okay, to show ya wo hwe kai say MYBET.AFRICA and na air soya asin aqua blue mineral water and nso air soya asin. Ubehwe show we ya Facebook ABN1 ABN Radio 1 Facebook DJ Kweku Slim Facebook YouTube MYBET TV and na online radio no MYBET.AFRICA radio online and na obet me tie Vincent yen hwe Man City ni Tottenham so wo hwe game na City for those City for the players first 11 players ni be boy by who Haaland game no ye bisa Pep or na or can say game winning game bia no hwe say Haaland betimabo o hwa Tottenham for ya de ana say City for no me madwen say EFL no ehia omo sa
well yen share tifo ina na Maxwell of Uncle Superstar say goalkeeper ntiene ni birthday ntino
ntie chia Maxwell
yes me man happy birthday na
send dey say utimi ye ni papa
yes nyankopon entaso man ahonden on family training na I mean to become a better goalkeeper he wants to become
NCB hu no Black Stars.
I mean he's a very young goalkeeper he's here to write his BEC but no shine height anybody ni bibia ultimately say he's destined to be one of the greatest goalkeepers in Ghana. I think say games no you're written say a lot of surprises. Me personally, I thought some of the teams are more winning, and I didn't believe that they were going to win, especially Crystal Palace. Also Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur team you know Oshe lineup now apart from Branson Dragusin I think he's not been getting playing time, but then against AZ Alkmaar in Europe about 90 minutes against Tottenham Hotspur in the EPL he was on the bench, so he's a player on Sheda Enya a lot of playing time, but then apart from there and Archie Gray, so a player, he doesn't get a lot of playing time. So, Oshe, Tottenham set up in as well. There are a lot of players as well. Of late, they've not been getting playing time. We'll check it more when the last 4 games are. And no game, only a lot of minutes in the game. And it's since January, no Nyanshe go and finally was signed. So I started finding the scoring, but so we are hoping that this will be a better position for him to revive his goal scoring prowess. Dominic Solanke, so a boy, Brennan Johnson, also he's been getting a lot of playing times this season. Also a boy, and Ochake to City squad as well. Lewis has been playing, Stones has been playing, Diaz has been playing, Nathaniel Ake has been playing. With the absence of Rodri. Gudongan, so as stepping in, he's been playing. I think in the last 5 games against Southampton, and about 5 minutes. And previous games he's been getting a lot of minutes. Savinho, so he's a starter. So apart from Savinho, no, Makati, O'Reilly, Matheus Nunes, and if you fold in there, he's the best player for the team in the current league. So Russia set up. And like I said, and yes, Biana Tottenham a parody the biggest squad and answer, but it was normal. But looking at the game, the possession, the goal attempt, and everything, Chelsea City dominated the game. But as I said, Tottenham were clinical and they believed Obetimi Akomeni, because looking at Tottenham, he's not too sure that Obetimi had a leg, and playing at the Tottenham's Hotspur Stadium was going to be a dia Nanka Ebeboa or Muyepa. So looking at Money City previous games, it's hard time City and so Tottenham Stadium or break because normally prior to this game now last 4 games are normal one. Now City and we need 2, and at Tottenham so we need 2. So in terms of playing at home, it's not always 100% say City was going to win. So I think that Angie Postecoglou and Ranton, they did very well. Many can say Angie in the first season, the second season, he's an intelligent coach. If there's what club it is the Chelseas, the Liverpools, and the Man United, they can attract the best of players. I think a bit but prior to that game, after that game, I want to look into what Pep Guardiola then I also come into United new coach Amorim. I think the deal is almost finally done, but then after the game, I think Pep Guardiola make some comments they lost the FA Cup last season to United because of listening and the players ni bimo mamunya hangover during that game. Into the minimum Sasaka the pictures in better to so Obekai said after they won the league title no amujo money ye pa and him said a banner sign manana the players, you see some of the players drinking alcohol, you see some of them smoking, even the coaches smoking this cigar and all those stuffs. And prior to that game, that week to that game, Omobo game you the week later, and I'm that FA Cup. Yes, so the enjoyment, the street parade, and all the things, catch it up to that moment. And coach in the chair said, the players no man your hangover. And so we share pictures in Libya after some more and we feel folding free ninth club bar till say why fine kasa and then they trying picture you see same as Abrante and Grealish there you can't show grandpa the one sang because the year moji treble we all saw how he was behaving, how drunk he was. Yes, and Grealish was there and we Abrante the other day Kevin De Bruyne and then the wife Sophie ninth club Ellen Haaland, any City fans in the club video name maybe sad no more so coach and say they were omunya hangover and that is the reason why that game affected. But I mean he's not depicting the fact that United played very well, but Sanso can say how they approached that game was very wrong. In as much as the players wasn't in a good shape for them, or also feel the players or more how they approach the game, I think tactically United in Yaniye and it's helped them very well. So I think some coach I think it's not the right time to come and say the players need your hangover.
Because United ne boy Tottenham ne boy.
I mean on say post match it was up to say doesn't mean say these games the players they don't really care about the EFL and the FA Cup, and he mentioned that's not the case, but then especially like the FA Cup like this I did affect on who is affected players. He said even after the game he told the players that the hangover and natural momentum Manchester United, because if you don't know who the fitness level when you say the players wasn't up there. So I mean that is one of the things every game. So I think Tottenham Hotspur win, but quickly let me show you United. Video we Sakabo video na mamia. And United
Sakadi video in bet some percent bisa.
Okay.
If you are Man United players ne Eric Ten Hag na no omo na bro. And now say new manager bounce asema tembia eka no. And now say Eric Ten Hag na the tactics in ejuma because you Bruno this season we short in 34. But kum point me rapo. But in draw Bruno timi 2 goals a free kick in po. Into you no more Eric Ten Hag bro. And as a coach we buy or the plan at all. Even in po no na ehwe so sesia kopem say new coach be the plans atoto ho no. And now here teams performance ni koyi.
I don't see any tactical difference in any game. I couldn't watch the whole game, but if your lineup is just how Eric Ten Hag gets set it up, and then one boy 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yeah,
just the same formation on mobile. And how United, but look, I say Bruno Fernandes, and I don't think Fernandes would intentionally miss some clear chances. I am a United and winning. And this season, we create a lot of chances. If Zexi, Rashford, Garnacho, I mean, they were able to, I mean, convert those chances. And can you remember Kasebia, Fernandez, mobile, bro? But then we all know, say, I mean, footballers, whenever they sack a coach, either the interim manager or the new manager, no, they all perform very well because this is a new manager coming. It's a clean slate. Whether the coach, you know, now you're captain, whether you now you're starter. When the coach comes, a new coach comes, no, it's a clean slate and everybody has to work hard to, I mean, to end the sport. And they all knew that Ruben Amorim was going to watch that game.
Yeah.
And whoever will get the stats, you have to prove that when the coaches come out, you have to I mean, get starting. So I had no idea. My thing said, I mean, there's under no circumstance, and I say United is going to play against Leicester City, even if you're under Ten Hag, we would have still been sure. Say there's no way this. I mean, Leicester City this season they are struggling, so it's not like say be a Manchester City being because but I mean it's a fair result. They won by 5 goals and. Casemiro this season he's been struggling. He scored 2 goals and Garnacho so I think say if they continue like this, better. But quickly on say Asakabo video now Asakabo airborne. Ineos for or more sporting director. A friend say Dave. One Ineos for sporting director now. Ocheke United or more hierarchy now. He's right behind opinion din. The ASA Jim Ratcliffe. Into which Ineos name Man United almost set up now. Said Jim Ratcliffe in his right hand ASA Dave Braceford, and that video no, that was after the game. And no game no. Opie free stadium one and supporters ni be a bopian na oh let's take a selfie. And mutual selfie is Amorim coming? Is it a done deal? No, yes, it's done. That was the conversation Ineos and as a United or more paying, you know, editor supporters name and Ocheki United people are saying say why Ruben Amorim and me the tactical reasons and I think say list also the kind I mean prior to this game what the kind so why Ruben Amorim and before this week and last 2 weeks I was mentioning say who say playing be a tour playing 2 you know United CEOs and no multiplayer anymore, which was Omar Barreda and some of United in paying for Nibina no multiplayer ma or more Koye or Dan Ashworth and or more technical director nana or multiplayer my I think say opinion the other Jason will cost or no any technical director for United team no because once the Ineos buy no they've been trying to cut down cost and even Ballon d'Or no, there was speculation say United approach Man City saying Kamoma Kobe Menu any branch and the Alejandro Garnacho enjoy no private jet. Right now United is doing everything possible to cut down some of the costs. And I'm not paying for no. The reason why I'm that Xavi meeting about him because they didn't use private jets. And even the CEOs of Man Baredamo Airqua Ryanair flight. So the moment on book here and then people knew say Man United in paying for because the moment you see Omar Barreda who is the CEO, the moment you see the sporting director who is Dan Ashworth, the moment you see the technical director real course in the same plane traveling, you know, people will start monitoring them. And amongst through Spain, they monitored them. Then the people saw say Xavier meeting. They had a lot of conversations. Then you see the reason why United team select Ruben Amorim said they need a coach who is going to work within the sporting directing role and now more philosophy on my wall. So the reason why Mourinho by United sometimes not working because he didn't want to, I mean, work. I mean, to instruction whatever the United hierarchy wants. We have the reason why Thomas Tuchel, Todd Boehly mobile almost 13 class a year. Kwakofa Christian Vivel Awamba. Then they went to pick Paul Winstanley Mohaba. This is what we are going to do. But we have some coaches a bit say Pep Guardiola in as much as say I mean City making such record City yes I'm never been no. He also make huge suggestions. Na Sakamo team no opinion and Diego Simeone. He's part of the board and any other decision on me take it also take it. And it's sometimes the decision take it article Emma Nemanko. So they needed a coach who is going to be in the right frame for them. Into Czech United here, Omar Barreda, they have Dan Ashworth, they have O'Brien, Eddie Gilson, Wilcox, and Christian Vivel.
Okay.
And like Chelsea, Free Leipzig, these are the people they are doing the sporting directing role. Man U. So whoever comes in as a coach, we also work hand in hand with this. You know how I bet to play about. Say, so this is the role we are doing. This is our philosophy. This is our way for the anything in Chelsea. This is a Chelsea to young players. And you say, be a coach in the sanction deals, but we are buying young players with potentials, young players to come and beef up our squad. And once you are the coach, you should be able to improve our young players. You should be able to improve players who have the potentials to get in our team. And that is one specialty about Ruben Amorim. Barcelona. The moment Obaye, Barca any beto players, he tried as much as possible. Say, obey my head. After all these young lads, about him, you won't have or introduce a brand and Gavi, Pedri, and also this young chap, Lamine Yamal. And that is the reason why I'm paying for fan. Any report which say deal no, a done deal. And tactically, Ajuma Branton Abebo United, no, it tells you say. He's someone I'll bet my baby Jumano. Do now go through medical guys say 10 million euros and 8.3 million pounds and a United for any sporting for I agree. But Sister Maker said be a done deal, but I can't one or two be especially with his assistant coaches are because on the first team coaches in our war my bekan who says Siano Emmanuel Ferro, Adelio Cadido, Carlos Fernandez on the right hand man, and now goalkeeping coach and the Eddie George Vital, and now almost also sports scientist and the Eddie Paulo Barrera. These are paying for and they are looking for a say on Babe join up paying and I'm say one say only coach be sign contractor. Now say whereby especially contract, I mean your exit and I say termination of contract, and you have to prior notice 30 days before, and that 30 days and they can buy said more United near my quick and United was hoping say and company the but Ruben Amorim Monday say he has to finish the crucial game as Sporting in friends and City ball and their league game, so he will not be on the dugout or in the dugout Sunday or match or many Chelsea ball. He will come on board after the international break. That is on the 24th November. After the international break, Openo, our best setting as United coach. But right now, Nyakani say United and Sporting, a best settle a compensation for the backroom staff. And aside that, United is also going to pay another additional 1 million Ghana cedi, 1 million pounds, 1 million euros, which is that is the 30 days compensation, Okay. Then another 4.1 million for the backroom staff. Now you see, Money Man, let's talk about any successful coach. We've seen say coaches do if they are successful, their backroom staff. I mean a huge factor here, and then per se or running the Ruben Amorim the inner circle. People are contributed to the coaching career. I'm an successful winning the Sporting, winning the Premier League 2 times. Nema Momo. I think say yes. So I think say he has also mentioned say Obi checking the inner circle now. I think let me start from the right man hand. Obi Odinechi pa Carlos Fernandez no. Or 28 years. And I don't know one border, but he started coaching at the teenage year. And on Ruben Juma or Braga. And Abra Ruben every Braga being every free hono. And no mean from Casapia, called Braga B by so he's been with Ruben Abra Ruben every Casapia ho and he's been one influence because tactically on no him was he know the books, although despite the fact but he's a physical trainer. He know the books. He's run through all the coaching. I mean ranks are also and another guy so also so Adelo Kadieri no once medical boni didn't say no second assistant to opinion Carlos Fernandez. Also he's very good and also boy Juma and also baby Carlos Fernandez and Ruben Amorim or Braga Biomina the moment on so a movie no and on no mean a movie on so 29 years. So they are all young lads working together. They have the system, they are working together, and they've been one of the integral people and another one Uji Eye Carlos Fernandez Adelio Candido through her the goalkeeping coach. So Abua Upayeni Yepa George Vital. George Vital a former Sporting goalkeeper. He's an experienced man. He's an goalkeeping in. He's like the father for these young lads with the experience in the game. On the goalkeeping coach and aside George Vital on your goalkeepers coach, Adelo Candida on your assistant coach. We can say Amir on the can say ni mentor. Amori medical say ni mentor. Jose Mourinho. Yeah, I mean, Kai Obekaya 2018 Brana Mourinho United no. Obey internship course, yes, internship course under Mourinho. That is the high performance football coaching course under Jose Mourinho. And he's also a Portuguese. Growing up, starting his coaching career from Braga or Mourinho. To watch Ruben Amorim. No, I started the two giants. Say he's one of the coaches or bought three back and he defend very well. The chances prevention 98% this season out of 9 games this season, and even last season the chance prevention was 75%. He's a coach in as much as a ball possessive football or ball direct counter attacking football. A ban is only for the gamer. He is very good. I was sad and so and one thing influential Ruben ni carry any wife and then Eddie Maria Joao Diego and the wife. They met at a young age, and the wife, Ninuya, and I say Ruben Amorim, Nin Nakonta, a former PSG sporting director. So I papa we Eddie Henrique Antero. And a tall Nima, free Barcelona. Paris Saint-Germain. That record for 198 million pounds. Or no, and a Samsung broker a brand in the idea Mbappe deal to PSG from Monaco. He's done a lot of transactions. To pressure as a kind of picture better so on a PSG president Nasser Khelafi and Omujina Hono. And you see, this is a manager because of the relationship. Because Antero or Benin Yabani Yepa, and he's very close with Ruben Amorim, and on man advice day in day out. And you see, when you have these people in your circle, and wow, you have who say Thomas Tuchel and the wife Jaya, and you can put be the match Chelsea being some performances that match Chelsea the Pam no. And you see, and at least to Kanye. Enzo Sudiano, he's going through divorce. We've seen all these things. So you see, if your inner circle, your assistant coaches, they are your best friends only almost 30 ejuma from the youth level. Eba, you have Georgie, who is a goalkeeper's coach. I don't know, he's just as the father to all of them, an experienced goalkeeper, former goalkeeper, and you have someone like a Jose Mourinho, who is one of the all-time greatest to ever do it in the game. As a mentor, amount advice day in day out. Prior to this game, prior to this appointment, only Mourinho didn't come on. And Mourinho man go ahead and say he should take the job, and he knows to make money. And you see, one thing is also what Ruben Amorim say, if he's a coach and he wants to say about United, and right now Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool should be aware. Say if you are going to buy players, in as much as because Antero. Before United offer Dan Ashworth, he was the candidate. Yes, he was the candidate to come and be the sporting director for United. And so offer Dan Ashworth free Newcastle. So he tells you the kind of people this United head coach and they say if United pay player B, na say or consulting a conta, and even the wife so one working. See, these people in the inner circle, Antero might be working for another club, but if Ruben Amorim epi player bia, na konta no, one of the top sporting directors almost broke a lot of the deals no, almost nyina aboa no, and this is a coach Eddie can say a ban on the field, promoting players, improving players, and all these stuffs. He's very good, and I think say if Oba na structures na all United hono and then they will listen to this coach. I think say things will work, but report I mentioned say bought 3 players there, he's not going to work with them. One Casemiro.
Oh, I didn't know Casemiro. Ndran so she 2 goals more.
It doesn't matter. This is Casemiro air struggle, and let's not forget say Manuel Ugarte under Openya they had Ruben Amorim.
Yeah.
And in as much as say sometimes about to be voted, let's not forget say then Ashworth match almost say United they want to build a team around Kobe Mainoo. And if Sartre back number they can transition very well. Kobe Mainoo is that guy. And let's not forget Obesanso here a defensive shield, and that defensive shield is a brand Manuel Ugarte. So one the wages of Casemiro so better bench is not going to be a dear beboa. And he's also looking say Oba or the concern other players or more or 3 players and then Nyame January United better Edioma from Sporting CP players or not recommended, and they have started negotiation with these players. Another player so Oba on any Nyejuma Christian Eriksen.
Okay.
And another one Anthony.
But Anthony Unjin this a new coaching so ba obet my reviving the career with
you see right now coach medical guys Oba beto players the aba. And one of the players Oba beto head the right winger because Anthony has not been consistent. A United hierarchy in Sansan they don't believe say Anthony Beboa right now they want to use Amad Diallo very well.
Okay.
So I think there is going to be a huge tax for him. They say all taking time. We're taking some of the advice. He's not coming Sunday because Kobasanda Enzo Maresca Besheno.
We are sure.
Oh, Enzo Maresca Besheno. And it's good say all taking time to come after the international break, and that helps. So I think say Ruben Amorim there. I think say things will go in place for him with the inner circle. If Baba na ni plans any style no any United hierarchy how they want to also go ahead and work with him, I think say he's going to get the best out of some of these guys at the United.
Please do. See I share Ruben Amorim waka say or train after the international break and san waba. A good move man because any Vincent Boss nan ko Basande we dey and the first game against Enzo Maresca him say Chelsea say Chelsea who can't team or form or EPL and mabebo mu dia account. It was a good move for him so obetwen after international break obenya time even since you bet master this squad then during the international break no mo mbeka no oni omo be den ebe training it match rom ne plan ne structure bibia and sana omo for international break ne ba with ma starting ejuma ohwa na a good move man ana say ejuma ne da hwa de ntina mba mbefa NBA ejuma no.
Well, it depends because we're in negotiations what I say and now they don't do their things and how some of these things happen and they say straightforward sir.
Okay.
There are a lot of things that goes on and you see international break in next week. So I'm sure say because of commodity the paperwork they need to trash sanya money now before. So I think that the timing of the coming has got nothing to do with ABA Chelsea or Babishia and answer the matches I winning because obviously Babishia Chelsea obviously Babishia all the teams now Premier League what I say. So it is not about say Umbra no me man. You need to get things right. I will say we'll set it up all the foundation right. Sanabaya, say all the backroom staff. Obia agree the terms agreement are there all babaye. Most modia to just okay. Me ba say I don't want to see this, I don't want to meet this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this. It most making sure say obey sanya. I think that the international break will be a perfect way because the players will be away for 2 weeks. Obeko obetumi ade enya abotre analyze team ni ye enya abotre analyze opposition on be share after the international break obenya 2 weeks to normal nko so obenya abotre etumi pass on a year ne perspective in terms of how he wants his team to play. I don't think that there is any issue with timing now or babefa a year jumano.
And no ban the first match in Po, Obebo Ipswich, Obeko Ipswich away. Our dream say be a good fixture, man. Because
it's not about say be a good fixture. You see, a bit more about be losing the first 2-3 matches.
Okay.
But the the long term sustainability of Man United winning on the field of play and the most important thing. And yeah, about quick fix. That is how people are. A man for they expected from him. Hey, Bia, now why then? Why are you disappointed? Now they want somebody, a young coach, who is hungry to what? To build something and try and what? And win. And make a want. So now I was say call transfer marketing. Transfer window. So January also or so sign 1 or 2 players or believe say Bia obey to me there. I use so more there at the build the himself. The team no or the Yorkers the end there at the nearby and no buy no or solve a lot of issues many more. So Man United team they need a striker who score goals. Until or the Baba experiment and January transfer window no. What tries to sign 1 or 2 players. Send a be on Baba join it na fee. What to me I implementing the system fully.
Okay, Yembre fie Nindra under 24 in Nigeria a boy. I share those omu lose our game no, but one brightest thing a bit my bay free our game no Jerry a free washe 5 goals in 5 games Emma under 20 and now in Drans to Legon City ni Kotoko game Vincent asembisi wo ho asemesi ne say na Kotoko players no toko esi as a Kotoko players ni per se at half time no omo ye warm up closer to the Legon City for na ensem bebre video mpo ho antokwa ensem bebre and na Kotoko esanko lusu ye to Legon City say nim say this is in Legon City say nyama nkoye what one the best cry so I pick 1 point but then you see ya Legon City still share Kotoko yem fan free under 20 or any Jerry a free ni fan be Kotoko game ni muzo.
Yeah, okay. I think say and under 20 no. We lost, but prior to the game, the can say the most important thing is that you qualify to the AFCON 2025, and we also hoping say after this game, whatever the outcome, we will beef up the squad with some experienced players from aboard the Ghana Premier League. Beef up the Koyabo. I know said the coach this one affair and the technical team will see some of the challenges in some of the areas very weak in the team. Looks like a team, you know. We've been conceding goals in every game, and it tells us that from goalkeeping to your back 4, back 5 for your Bobiano, it's not so solid. So we should just beef up the squad. How we are going to defend very well, conceding goals, because sometimes prior to this tournament, we consider a lot of goals be affected, especially during the AFCON like this, and we would have to get into the last 4 to qualify to the World Cup as well. So I think it's quite unfortunate. Say winning. Nigeria won 2-1, and I think they went two goals ahead, and better back. But I mean, it was too late. To me, and but I'm proud of Jerry Free because he's someone I know personally, and looking at how passionate he is, how he's been ranked through the ranks, however we do this level, no. I'm happy say I hope say be an interest no may say will be manage way and he will get say now agent Finaka, because as I'm saying, I know a lot of agencies after the African Games. Omoba Jerry Free the people, the Tot FC management ni mami and the senior brother, they decline all these agent of office. And that is one thing you can youth football currently. But I said the last time, the can't say House of Folk number 10 Zani, Midland for air scouting. And I had a lengthy conversation with the agent and the memo. And I have a lot of things I may share from an air. Some of the teams are Omoni Abranton aiding Como. Can you believe say Rangers
from Scotland?
I reach out to us as a folk, and they've got Nimami. Say Omuhia boy. And you see, all these things, no, some of your top agents in Ghana here, they know the number of clubs chasing Sani. And Obia Pese Omumbefa among far brands and share omo agency mo.
And Sana wako.
And the agents boy na the wabwa Sani. If he tells you the kind of things are why am I Sana be do her, he's not ready to risk it all. People are offering him thousands of dollars to let the boy come into their agency, and he's made it clear. Bring the team, negotiate, you get a commission, and there's no way. And me, meaning Fortune, he's part of the CEO for Tot FC. And also, he's part of the Bronga Hafo Regional Association, the BAFA. And I know him personally. Meaning I Juma Pen were J-Life FM when I was very young. He went to the UK, studied football, and our Basa Obaba football. And I know him that he's not going to do anything that ever affected Nigeria free development. And after the African Games, a lot of clubs came knocking, but the kind of move or Mopama boy no, and yet because we've seen a lot of players are they are under 20 for the past 5 years. How many of them in the Bura, your Black Stars? Because the moment the boy in the under 20, the agency, the moment boy in the under 20 and 17, or be cut tournament to be finished. They did not question Cyprus. They did not question baby. But let's see Andrew Ayew more time. Omokoji World Cup. Andrew Ayew ni Antoniana, Omberemu. Sorry, Emmanuel Ajimebedu.
Yeah.
Jonathan Mensah. Eric Offerench more time. You who Richard Ofori coming to the Black Stars. Joseph Atamalawe not consistent. We've seen a lot of players. Samolin Kumuna, but for the past 5 years, Dan Lademo, how many of them made into their Black Stars? Although Dan Laden and Free Banner went to the World Cup, but after then, where are they?
Okay.
So with me, I'm very happy. Say Jerry, I win the award, and he's someone he doesn't stop. And in this morning, Menene Kasai, and these are some of the things I encouraging them more. Say, obey me, I. So I'm happy. Say, Waji, and let's not forget. Say, African Games are born. Isn't Machi? But then the Sansoji, the best player of the tournament.
Yes.
Sansoji, the AFCON. The top scorer, edgy player of the tournament. And in Togo, the Wafu B qualifiers. Waji, the best player. Asansoji, top scorer. 5 goals in 5 games. That is incredible. I'm very happy, but I know say Fortune, Brian Eric Moore, any Tot FC for they will any people who advise this guy, and some of us are here close. You advise him say, kakra. And then we share social media. Everybody is praising him. We should integrate him to the Black Stars. We should do this, but we also the how Afinajan was moving, you didn't bad team, then things are not working. So I'm hoping that we will find a perfect way to improve in. But kudos on my idea, we've qualified. But I know Desmond Offer needs a lot of work to do. He needs a lot of work to do. From attacking wise and midfield, I think he needs to beef up the midfield because you lose to Aziz, we find it very difficult to create chances. And the chances in Nakwa crossing. And Jerry Suyo will be in dignity on the 9 on running behind the spaces. He's very good, and that's why we've been getting that goals. But we need to work. But I mean, Kotoko, a friend said, Lagos is now Basani quickly. And no game, no. Me catch him say, I don't see Kotoko winning this game.
I didn't.
You see, Ocean Lagos City's game this season, no Munyan winning a game this season, but they are excited that Benedict this season almost goals. They've been getting goals in as much as say me and winning games, no. Omo like omo bokra no muluzukra almost go. And Medican can say me, I'm not I don't care say if say Kotoko one goal projects. But you see, you check it, Lagos City's games are all apart from Karela game, any the last 5 games, and I even my Franco this season this is the games are on my board in this season. On my first game against Baby and Go Stars, almost go. Mediama lose almost 1-0 in against Vision. They played 1-1. So apart from Mediama, Karela, any Lagos City, Accra Lions on board 0-0. Every game they score almost a goal. And medical can say if Kotoko ebeshe one goal agi 3 points, I don't care. But there will be a gamer. If ubeshe one goal, then you could share any opposition team. Also, eshe goals you will find yourself wanting. And it happened this season. And Kotoko one goal project. And I say if you want to win the league, you can obey your one goal project. But if you are doing a one goal project, you should also accept the fact say you are not going to concede. And then check Kotoko ni baseke holisa. Kotoko share a take lead. And right now, Kotoko has one of the teams they concede at the early stages of the game. Against Basaki Holy Stars game, Prince Cheneboa go no about 82nd minutes. Also checking the game against Brekum Chelsea. Kotoko take the lead 62nd minutes almost also take. All the games are Kotoko drop points no. Same as I think say Young Apostles Lomote and ebeti it took Emmanuel Entry shot from the back and I'm share. So it tells you that right now Emmanuel Entry as the number 10. I don't want to create chances, and I think say Coach Ogum should do something. If you talk a game now, and I think say so for more games I'm share with players who are very young, players who are more personal, or more brave, because I know Legon cities press it throughout, and no shame mistakes on me from defense. Justice Blake first go on the share, and then second go out to say more pressure. They find it very difficult, and I blow long balls or boy in hand. So I think Zenra Parkwesi Fabian, I knew say this was a gamer. Now Legon Cities, the Royals, somebody be redeem me on. I felt something say I don't see Kotoko winning this game. But tactically, Parkwesi Fabian idea. And it shouldn't be said there be a ball. Now lo abeta man kwan go. Kotoko should find people scoring from any other end. Yeah, try a chips. I might try a chips several times. They should try the Saka. Pitami do accommodate among home because a quite a lot of man kwan go. Now say the creative player Emmanuel Entry kwan but not soon to me creative chances are. I mean, Baba Yaya, we saw a lot of times I know about that role. No? They should try and play those two players together and see maybe they can create a lot of chances. And Medicanka said, getting another players, getting more players who are prolific scorers because sometimes because say no one can striker but no team go. But if you have prolific scorers in your game, in your team, send a Emmanuel Entry, no Bobby Frep, so Benya Emmanuel Entry, so Bobby Ashe, Benya Dauda Saka. Every shape for more, they almost share more. Now, Abetama so shy. I beg Garetin, but I mean, Frederick Asari, some of the goals were considered, no. Sometimes me but I mean, he also a man home, so he's a national team goalkeeper. Quickly on Sani, Nyame Adama, Midland agent for no, and almost scouts no more Ghana. So Utai share some of the tournament a lot of scouts are Ghana and now per me conversation I may and say Sani no Midland for example no they came because of some of scouting tournament and only who are branching no and they've or mad in one report call but Nyame Adoma mediama and has folk no Midland for the branching and you see Enra report and she say teams by 5 or 6 in Europe and I show interest or money ni agents no akasa 1 a Bodo Glimt 2 a Anderlecht 3 a Rangers 4 a Viborg and a Cluj and currently Oma approaching the boy some person sign and you see out of all these teams no Mubako, I make it offer around $200,000. That is Bodo Glimt. And then they Anderlecht and Rangers. Medical so money or more fair more money than Mamia Casa directly. And the clubs are coming. And right now, Midland, after say they are coming to watch him on Sunday. And you see, this is a player about House of Folk. About first 2 games, people were talking about him, and right now, about Benya Dilako. Because of how a league, you know, because Abranton original, he takes less than 3,000 or House of Folk. And if
the contract I can see.
Yes, they will say, but House of Folk, they also need the money. the player would also like to go because the boy no boy we check it from the family. They want the boy to travel, and you see that game no. I know he's a very good player, and no, I can say if we qualify, we should get some of the players on board Premier League in Pitami Dumo, Sandy Muse, and those young players are more Sak Chinebo, Basaki Holy Stars, Summer Text for some young players. They should include these players in the team to beef up the squad. And Sani Bono, he is so good. So me, I think that a lot of teams and any so money to me there. But Nyame adoma media man has to forgive no. All these scouts will watch him again.
Okay.
And you see, apart from Sani Hussein, media man, young guys no more no. They should also step up because sometimes scouts beat my boss over Beshe. Koku. Once the Koku in yard, go there be a mechi Koku shantin, no famiko. Sana identity. So I think say Sani one of the players. I think say in the next window he's going to be one of the two players, and maybe they can travel, and House of Folk is also going to cash out. And I think say once House of Folk gather momentum, you will see more of him and all the other young players in the Ghana Premier League.
Okay, this door yen share Jerry free. We share time aso say Black Star and you say be a friend is on bebo. But ye man a chance or babet tenancy. It's my culture na ekọ so esuasu anyama ba ko mienu efri players na ye from Black Stars in pennyfo no ma cheche na ebedu baby no time obeba team no bibia anya ne foforo bo betime nya chance abo ohwe a time edu say ye friend no Black Stars.
Well, it shouldn't be about saying any qualify say ye friend obi o good under 20. If we coach be a nyansa wo trima na mo hwe how ye football na ye na you will be at the place and be you'll be watching them and be taking notes. Say, omumu de hina. At least the upcoming way, no. Ube to me
a friend.
Ube to me they are their friend. So it will not be like say, I say yeah APR the amano. It shouldn't be say. You see, yes, because the form we are player we are sure there. I feel it be a joining national team now. Okay. But I shouldn't be like say I was a friend coach there was a quite be as a friend and I say oh coach in Juma oh train idea on your the reason why so man basa and say why anya sa coach no on friend so am friend so it shouldn't be about say yeah be can as a way let me come out boy no now was saying they will training with the Blasters 50 African games no now say all the games na ya boni nyina no enye se obobi o semefa say ye frɛ 26 players ono nka 27 omeye training omeye acclimatize with the environment what I say the exposure no na mo coaches no mo tenetene kakra ebe man a lot of motivation and who say hey at this age kra no me wo Blasters mo Blasters school church me nyaman kakra dika ebia edu ba bia anwen ni sin a ye likely say ene ukofra patemian shows obeba Jordan Ayew ni omo bubo European way na omo hia they need playing time, a lot of playing time near then injuries here possibility no from Mbaba to church omo nine I lose it to Niger what I say digedu sa no na ka boy no ka ho team ni ho dada. So it will not be any problem at all. Let me come out and say, and now say, what do you say? Almost African games, no. Best be about 3 or 4 players be. What for 26? Now the man count no 30. Almost about what you mumu training wa munka we mu. No mu ye training because club size say 30 players na ye training. National team 30 players. Almost they are not entitled to any bonuses or anything. What I say, omo be ye den e be ka team no
ono krampo ni beji so abe kan
black. What I say the omo ye den ni nyina project na bia no ye infuse omo kakra omo ye training ana hu se ba ko bi training o ye no ano odin na ba betra bench. What I say but then hu ye wo template be o I say a free we see a free we mu ni ade na o say from and e ko ba ne say nye we so if Otuado serious we may I think say I was about no more permanent dada.
Why didn't you know?
I was about no more permanent dada.
Na World Cup qualifies nso ewo ho.
Omo wi ne.
World Cup qualifies so the who ko win.
Eti say serious I was say kayenya ebia coach bi or you know tactically very good ko no ba be bo sa 2 matches we. E dey set on no team up. But then say ban say wa mo wi obo wi na omo pamo na. Che say coach no obeba foforo no. Ono ne ba be den e ba be use World Cup no ene dey den ene World Cup games no dey be den or dey be start the matches which is I think which is not proper until that is under 24 no omo ya dey but goalkeeper no nya dey
Chelsea goalkeeper ndi omo nsi
goalkeeper no nya dey and was a coach no watumi anya foundation no right now we nya good striker and as a midfielder no so ye den kakra and now a one no so ye den or moving around the country non scouting players more kwanko ye Benab FC ni we FC biabiem or moving around non pepe players and ga boys we mu we start the for any games to kwan we share player bia we share the money bonne no we drafting in the number team no sana ye no
yenhwe Kotoko ndu adan ne siye because ne nim se Kotoko ni Legon Cities there Kotoko be fa win ni wo ba Legon Cities di kan share Kotoko betiye no mbe share Kotoko biom den na hwe a ankoyi e wo Kotoko team na ni ogum enyama be na hwe a 1 fan to 2 year no nti Kotoko etimi e peke ni first defeat e wo GPL no
a result of trading important games for useless match omokobo US because nanka sa fixture we now say you born dada now say you born dada and me I knew say na me tia say na mo can say Legon Cities for no o ma ye we yenko show mo yenko yenko show mo because at that time no mo physical condition ni bibia wo fam mo omo matches no
mo build
na omo build physical condition no mo ye dey omo nyam we but you trade this match we e dey kobo useless match itina na won na ebo no wo hu say na omo condition is okay and coach na coach Legon Cities no better than Ogun our experience and what shows in terms of say young build the team ni em famo ball papa we prove say or ya dey say Ogun and then we show here we discipline from first half second half no mo imagine so mo say wa wonim Ghanaian teams so mo retreat afi yet Kotoko take omo yo imagine say afi omo take game to Kotoko now we all over the place omo fa goal into so and na metia say Ogum coaches ni nyina nim say we dey cross ball ne keke
ndo we explain you cheche mu nyama so omo ye but I think the same thing as Anko see
shall they goal omo consider second goal no omo consider it was a cross. So the better so ama Ghana for bianda.
The better so no omo hwe na itima hwe.
Obe hu ade na me kire omo me da platform ne so. Ade na me ka say ye be cross ball a first person no o first ade also yen say cover the first post. So one cover the first post one second defender no make sure you cover what the first post and obe cover first post na e wo say wo ye dey obe gira pole nanim sa o say pole ne sisiwo say pole ne sisiwo to say sisiwo to say ti e ba be cross ball ho no ma na say player ne gina say e wo say wo be gina pole na say na ball ne enra 16 yard box nim eti we no gina be a card back no e wo no e ho no gina post two ni eni eti defender say player ni e the ball na du ha say player ni the ball na du ha na o ba be defender ba ko ha
the list to go ni da so a amanfo hwe ba mpese o kire omu yi e wo board ne so no mu hu de o pese o kire no because in draw ball so but you nya time in man kire o board ne so nti kire o board ne so no mu hu
eti we na ye the air tackle ball ya ye we o ma ball 1-2 ha wa pass ball no e de akwa one akwa defend the ball it was say we make sure so be block the ball no
so you want me crossing in terms ah
we block the ball no e wa say so the kwa ha e was so we dey make sure so one ni be jina the same line so one na jina the same line just say why a mistake no now what it means is that ultimately you cut back the other so be na for when we no wa say no ono na share the movement of this player so who say ball na pa we hu e was say ono be ha you don't allow I was so on the best line you don't allow the ball to enter your what your 6-yard box me man nya den and do hono so what I say then we so I dey e wa ha so upo de unya adwuma bia ball na be say wa ha tu na
be say na ba o
se fa wiem a so bo fa wiem na che say we ehuri ne wantumi afa we so wa ha
na numpo keeper to me
keeper so to me by there be just about 18-yard box ni about 16-yard box ni when goalkeeper no bet ma ba be there aba be che that is how we defend crosses make sure say first person na oba be there oba be we no ono ni ball ono ni jan line so pepe to cross ya e be bo e na okoja wa mem peja onan what I say so onan no upeja e wo say who say peja man for 9 fast what you do is that obema on 9 the abo ho na wa man aba fam kakra say na be ya emfa usulia so eti wo na trawa because of the bia wo jano so yeah we be obeka back then wo no be the oba be to ase no ono no e be cross ball player no be cross ball we ni gina chire sei na we su gina anti wo de fa to go ne to
te wo hwe go na uhwe keeper ni position ni nso na ye
keeper ne na so ye
because uhwe baby a say na no position a ball ni be fa ni
anya keeper fault obi ode ball be keeper bi oni mbo mu eni hwe de ode ni nsagu na chi ni pose baby ode ni nsagu egu ball na chi the other view
the first view no baby ana ode ni nsa atu na chi
hwe pose no ha oh nko na chi
me hu baby a wo che no
anya
the first view no time ana ball na eba no ina senya na wo bobo so no senko no timi be close intem a cross ni ntimi
on say he ya born war pass ono na okon hwe ena de ode nsa egu na chi no
yes
hwe ba bi onam now they share second player no so
ono nso gina Legon City player
na chi what I say I just say nim how to defend situations like this and ogum team say ya who dey cross the ball because defenders no say dey we ye kire there ya born war pass onu ya born war pass anyway onu wakam what I say and onu no why dey wakam it we no any cross o dey inside dey egu na chi first na o so dey cover a 16-yard box no
send you ntimi mbobo ni mbem
what I say ana ono anko nti o said you share say 22 no and move towards the first post
make sure so ono nso be gina Legon City player anenim
ono forget o say o kwa block cross no because ono no baby a 22 ni gina no there is no way o be cross ball na cut back because cut back of the
25 ni betima fa
ono say as a 23 ono no be den
ebefa
ono no be ebefa into wo de wo be ni say you run towards the first pool what I say but what happened it will to me play me player now S boss keeper no unhia wo be I just say wo den player na ye mistake no bobo and when baby o gina no you just connect your way hwe omu nyina ejina e no mo jai space ke se dia man so on cross
the most important part ni mo me jai
o mo jai to we the ode ni nsagu na chi pele na I was say baby o cover eye
far in
I was say we be gina na nimpe se na be ya onye den on cross ball
o sha kotoko team no edu time e say ogum ehwe nyama yi na ni defensive nyama otutu niye because Indra wonim say go we beba because Indra tina ha ball so send your moon defend because this season who send your ball boneko ohwe mu defending especially about crossing and na ball say your moon timi engine no wohwe say do time a eso otimi tenase ene ne team no ehwe na mo make sure say defending say entimi ensure mo bi mo league mu
your coaches are almost specialists in defending situations like this.
Yeah.
They don't want to have a backroom staff. Onyanya an assistant baako bi kan ho odwen say it's okay. But sanyama we nyina you need somebody or your expert. Say me pe we or defensive coach mahwemo why na yeden.
We good.
Now the players now go through that drills. What they now go through those drills into a special situation we train didn't be classroom say na me say ne o attack here easy to attack defending because ball no counter attack ba your baby also run far any o baby was say any kwan say we dey o run far they make am what I say.
Yeah.
That is why Mourinho mun the same situation show. But how many times? Yet the atwaso. It be there that also to me improving the backroom staff.
Okay, the idea we no sha this senior aircon kotokwa picking the first defeat. Usha league no if we nensa ana say ombetimi age league no.
Well, I think say league no da finish start. Okay. The other relegation crown him say on the encore relegation. Yeah. There is more time but there should be an improvement. I will say team need improve it.
Okay. List to visit. Madam say my journey say utie ya kai say my bet black weekend ne koso ene ahomachi 11:45 ene sha ase kai say ochina ukọ shop na wo do 100 cedis ekotwa obeta wo chance obetime di up to 200 cedis nti ochina shia embiom ye bema okwan se nia listo wo ha Vincent wa ochina eye my birthday a obi ade ne bet beba a ebe hihye amawo nti ochina obetie Vincent bet obetie listo won so options awa peke ye be bi so omo teams a weekend we yenhwe ne yenyi omo free yen bet mu nti ochina kai na hwehwe we about 12:30 anafa to kai say MYBET.AFRICA ene so yasen akwa blue eka ho eboa yen edi nsuo eboa yen nti ochina ebehia ne asan the sports arena